Calm, focus, happiness. Reach new heights of calm, focus, and happiness right here on Mindfulness Mode with me, your host and mindfulness life coach, Bruce Langford. Mindful Tribe, I really enjoy talking about the Tao Te Ching. You know that. We've talked about it lots of times. And so today is going to be one of those days. And I think you're going to totally enjoy it because we're going to be talking about shadow work. We're going to be talking about healing. We're going to be talking about how we can move forward in life. We're going to be talking about the yin and yang of the Tao Te Ching and of mindfulness. And I'm so excited because I've got such a great guest here to talk about all of this with us. And my guest that I have here today is Winnie Chan Wang. Winnie, welcome to Mindfulness Mode.
Thank you so much for having me, Bruce.
It's my honor. And tell me, are you in mindfulness mode today?
Absolutely. Actually, I am in mindfulness mode more than I'm not. And that might seem like a shocker. I think that a lot of people have glimpses of mindfulness, but then they check out and then they come back in and check out and come back in. And I really want to share with the listeners how to stay in the mindfulness condition without kind of drifting in and out a lot.
That's a great topic to talk about, how to stay in mindfulness. And so maybe I won't need to talk to my guests and ask them that same question every time and say, are you in mindfulness mode? Because I just know that so many people are. Well, I want to share a little bit about you with Mindful Tribe. You're a lover of science and spirituality, and your vision is for all medicine to join as one. Wow.
That's right.
That's a beautiful vision. That really is. And Winnie is a trauma-informed licensed acupuncturist, a teacher, a shadow worker, a Reiki, an open-hearted Tao healer. She's also a professor in acupuncture at Alhambra Medical University. She's passionate about empowering people with chronic pain to step into their source power to heal themselves. And Winnie has a brand new book that's just been published, and it's called Honoring Darkness. So we're going to be talking about that book. So to start off, why don't we talk about what does mindfulness mean to you? And from your point of view, what is the yin and yang of mindfulness?
Mindfulness is actually a yang quality. It's of the masculine quality. Some traditions call it the Shiva consciousness. And so for a moment, humor me and picture the male genital organ. The male genital organ is very focused. It has a lot of strength and presence, and it has the ability to penetrate the ego illusion. Okay, like it has this incredible focus, penetration, presence, and clarity. Like literally, we call the male genital, the lingam, the pillar of light. So mindfulness is a masculine quality that gives us the clarity. So the counterpart, so picture the feminine genital organ. It is dark. It's mysterious. We kind of like can't see it, right? And it's used for receiving, right? So if you've studied the laws of yin and yang, one of the laws is yin becomes yang and yang transforms to yin. And we see that as day is followed by night and night is followed by day. And also another in yin yang law says, if you picture the Tao symbol with the black and white fish, right? And the dot in the middle, which is within yang, there is yin, within yin, there is yang. And we also know that yin and yang depend on each other. So for example, the relationship between qi and blood, qi being energy and blood being, that which has form. So our cells, and I'm a doctor and Chinese medicine practitioner. So, whether it's like cancer or fertility, we have to look at the interaction between the material, the cells, versus the qi. The qi is that which travels between the cells, in the space. And if you study science, you know that cells and space have an inverse relationship, right? So, with each inhale and exhale, there's a contraction and expansion of this relationship. And all illnesses is because there is an off balance of this exchange between cell, the matter, and the energy. And guess what creates these blockages that causes cancer and irregular menstruation and UTIs and all these cough and whatever? It's our mind. It is our fear-based ego mind, because our mind likes to judge. I like this, I don't like this. It's the dualistic thinking. We like and we dwell, attachment, resist. And then there is, the opposite of resistance is accepting what is. And of course, if you read The Power of Now, accepting what is the definition of enlightenment, right? Like, I am able to stay here without going into the past and future and all that. So drum roll about the counterpart to mindfulness is this term called equanimity. And it's a Buddhist concept. So the definition of equanimity is the radical permission to feel. It's the radical acceptance of all that is. And, how we can stay in the mindfulness condition without checking out is, if mindfulness is the yang, is very light. And equanimity is the yin, it's the nourishing, the anchor. So if you want to ground your mindfulness so that it's anchored, you need equanimity. So that comes back to the yin and yang, which is yin depend on yang and yang depend on yin. And so if we want to grow our mindfulness practice, we have to grow our equanimity practice.